Welcome to the Super Expander podcast. My name is Corrine Phelps, your host. I'm a business and growth coach, money mindset expert, and a multi-passionate entrepreneur. My journey has taken me all over, from working in finance to owning a boutique fitness studio. I found myself burnt out, miserable, and questioning everything. Saying things to myself like, there's got to be more to life than this. Refusing to settle for a mediocre existence, I went all in, learning how to harness untapped potential and rewire the subconscious mind to create an extraordinary life. The last 10 years have been a crash course in self-love, building a business, creating community, building wealth, and doing what it takes to just freaking go for it. My mission is to help you align to your purpose, rewire your subconscious to support your big dreams and vision, and create a life that you're absolutely obsessed with. So sit back, tune in, and prepare to expand. Hello, super expanders. How are you? How are you feeling? How are you doing? I'm so excited today to talk about today's topic. See, I feel like today's topic is really something that gets tossed around a lot, but it's like become a very trendy conversation, but not really spoken about in the, how do you get there? What does it feel like? What if you're not there? And what can you do to bring it back? So what we're talking about today is we're talking about alignment. And if you spend any time on social media, especially if you are into personal development, personal growth, and I know you are because you're listening to this podcast, it's talked about a lot, especially in the context of manifestation. But what I think is so important about alignment is that what's not spoken about is this piece that we really need to address, which is the subconscious mind. Alignment really is when your thoughts, your beliefs, and your actions are all in alignment. And our beliefs stem from our subconscious mind. Our beliefs are rooted in our subconscious mind. And if we haven't taken the actions to basically rewire and repattern our subconscious mind, all of that is being driven from that time frame of 0 to 7, right? When it was formed, when your subconscious mind was formed. So very oftentimes we're out of alignment because our current adult life desires don't match up with our internal motivations coming from our subconscious mind. So until you do the work to get those things cleared up, you're not really going to be in alignment. So it really does require doing deep inner work, because on a surface level, you might think that your thoughts, your actions, and your beliefs are all synced up, but oftentimes that's just not the case. So what does it really feel like to be in alignment? Being in alignment feels like freedom, true freedom. It feels like being in the zone, in the flow, in that flow state where things just flow so freely, so effortlessly. Do I have your attention now? Because it sounds really good, right? So being in alignment is a constant state of practice. And it really truly does begin with that subconscious, deep inner work. And if you want to create an extraordinary life, which I know you do, it requires us to be in alignment. Success requires us to be in alignment. If we are to be powerful leaders of our life, we must be in alignment. And it begins with that internal self, the choices, the decisions, the actions that we're taking. And it requires us to really be tapped in on an emotional level. So when you start to think of of alignment, it kind of like conjures up this idea of being like on a chiropractor's table, right? And then like cracking you and putting you all into alignment. But the alignment that we are talking about, it doesn't work quite like that, except for I actually believe one of the really most potent, powerful pieces for getting into alignment is breath work. I think that it is really the fast track to getting yourself into true alignment with your core values, your beliefs. And when we really start to get into alignment, it sharpens our intuition. We're able to identify past events, present events that block you. And by consistently paying attention to whether you're in alignment, you take back the power. When you are in alignment, external factors do not affect you the way that it does when we're not in alignment. So what does it look like and what does it feel like when you're not in alignment? I kind of like to think of it like a vibrational bottleneck that's happening. So when there's this incongruency, you have these desires for things to happen in the outside world, yet inside your internal motivations don't match up. And it's literally like these two things just butting up against each other, creating resistance, creating exhaustion in the body, mental, physical. It creates dis-ease in the body. So how do we get into alignment? So the number one place to start in getting into alignment is knowing what your core values are, what your core drivers are. So have you ever done a core values exercise? Do you know what your core values are? I have a question for you. Have you joined the Super Expander free mentorship community? If not, what are you waiting for? Stop what you're doing right now and text the word mentor to 202-918-3235. Text the word mentor to 202-918-3235. I send out weekly tips and inspiration to help you grow your business, to step into your wealthiest, most highest self, to harness your full potential and live an exceptional and extraordinary life. And the best part is, it's really me sending those messages. So text me, say hello, and send me your questions. So here's what I would suggest if you've never done this is you can pull this up like on Google. There's a lot of different sheets out there with just like big long lists of common core values and going through and whittling it down to 10 of them. And take your time, because this is not just a 5-minute exercise. This is something that really requires you to explore, to peel back the layers, to really ask yourself some deeper questions. So as you go through and you look at these core values, and I want you to ask yourself, is this important to me? And then really close your eyes and just breathe on it for a second. Like, is this important to me? And why? So going through it and creating a list of your top 10 core values. And then from there, you're going to whittle it down to 5, your top 5. And you'll start to notice that a lot of these core values, they actually kind of overlap. You can start to put some of them into categories. As you get down to your top 5, you'll notice that other core values of yours actually fall under almost like a subcategory. And when you have your top 5, then starting to look at your life and asking yourself, are you living those values out? Be honest with yourself too. If your core value is freedom, and that is my top core value is freedom, are you living in accordance to that? So for example, what I mean by that is, so I value freedom. So am I making decisions that are supporting freedom? Things like, am I building up debt that's going to make me feel not free. It's going to make me feel imprisoned and tied to certain things. It's going to make me feel like I have to do certain things because I have this debt weighing on me. That would be out of alignment. And when you are able to really get it down to your top 5 core values, you can start to have a practice in your life consistently, constantly, as you're making decisions, as you're taking on new projects, as you're setting new goals for yourself, as you are engaging in your relationships. Is it in alignment? Are the people in your life in alignment with your core values? And then the question starts to be that if it's not, where can you start to adjust, to shed, to make changes so that everything starts to be in congruency? That is the beginning place for creating alignment. And then there's the piece of really doing some of this deep inner work. So if you start to notice that you have these core values and there's parts of your life that are not congruent, is it stemming from a subconscious piece that you need to work on, a deep-rooted, deep-seated belief that you have? So if freedom is a core value, like I was mentioning, debt, but you're making these decisions that are locking yourself up in debt, where in there, what's blocking you? What do you need to rewire? What is it? Is it a worthiness piece? Is it a money mindset piece of a belief that you've carried with you that wasn't even yours, that you took on from someone else? So the journey and practice of alignment is actually, it's never really truly done. It's, I think, work that is done. I mean, it's created, it's growth and evolution over a lifetime. It's a practice. And I think the more we practice being keenly aware of the life that we are creating, and is it in congruency with our internal beliefs, with our core desires, our core beliefs, and intentionally choosing and being, which really comes back to this do, be, have piece of manifestation. And when we're truly in alignment with our core values and we are designing our life in accordance with them, that is truly when things begin to manifest in such a potent and powerful way. So I hope you found this useful. I hope you found this insightful, this conversation around alignment. So my question for you is, where are you not in alignment? And what can you do right now in this moment to start to create more alignment in your life? When you have the answers, it's going to require for you to take action. It's going to require you to take radical responsibility. And in that is so much liberation, so much power. If you like what you heard, stop, drop, and leave a 5-star review and hit that subscribe button so you never miss an episode. And as always, sharing is caring, so snap a pic and share this episode with another super expander.